family. So today I'm actually making some coconut chickpea curry. So coconut chickpea curry, and there's the recipe. So let's get it started. Let's get this party started. Okay, so you guys already know. Let me apologize because I don't come on very often, but I'm trying to do better. I keep forgetting to go ahead and record when I make my different dishes. I am vegan now, so I learned to make a lot of new vegan dishes, and this is one of them, okay? So the first ingredient is a can of chickpeas. Got my can of chickpeas, okay? Next ingredient is a half a can of coconut milk. This is coconut milk, yes, okay. And then we need it says a half a can of chopped tomatoes, so I chopped up my tomatoes and I'm getting ready to cut them on right now. Okay, so all I do is I let them steam down, okay? I put a little bit of water in there just so that they have something that they're steaming down into, you know. Might be a little bit too much, but I'll determine that once I get to that point, okay? I have another pot in case I need, you know, to split anything up. Okay, so after that, I need 1 onion chopped. So there's our onion. I need 2 to 3 cloves of garlic chopped up. There you go. That's 3 cloves. I added in some green bell pepper, because I like the green bell pepper. Okay, then it wants some turmeric. Okay, so there's my turmeric. And then it wants some chili powder. I got my chili powder. And I have my curry. Okay, that's my curry. I make my own curry, by the way. Quite delicious. And then it wants a little bit of salt to taste. And here's my salt, okay? If you want to put a little pepper in it, I guess that's not going to hurt either. I don't add that, okay? So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to steam down these tomatoes, okay? I'm going to steam them down a little bit. And then I'm going to caramelize my onion. Well, not caramelize them, but when it gets to that point where it's starting to caramelize, you want them real soft. Okay, so that's the point that we're going to get the onions to, when they get really, really soft, okay? And then you're going to add in your garlic and your bell pepper if you're going to use bell pepper. You're going to add that in and let that saute for a few more minutes also, okay? So it tells you to add a dash of oil. So for the dash of oil, I think I'm just going to use avocado oil. And you don't need a lot. If you don't want to use oil, you don't have to. I'm going to use probably like a 1/4 teaspoon, just enough to rub around the bottom of my pan for them so they won't stick, because my one pan does have some marks in it, okay? So, or you can just use water. Water's fine too. Just put a tiny bit of water in the bottom, like maybe a tablespoon of water, and put your onions in there and let them saute in that so they get to that, right to that point where they're soft and getting ready to caramelize. When they get ready to caramelize, they start to get mushy and mush together, and then they make almost like a sauce, like an onion sauce. You don't have to add anything to it. It does it itself. I make a dish where you have to use like 5 or 6 onions, large onions. You got to chop them up, put them in there, and you got to let them caramelize. It caramelizes into a sauce, and that's the sauce that goes over the particular dish that I used to make. So we're going to get to this. We're going to let these steam for a few minutes, and we'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I'm back. I decided to go ahead and use water. So I got like probably 1 ounce of water at that. Okay. So in my tomatoes, I'm still letting them cook. So I moved them over to the red pot and I'm letting them cook. I put a little bit of garlic and herb in there so that it will have some type of flavor. So this is my pot, my frying pan. I'm going to dump my onion in there. Okay, and this is my red onion that I'm using. And when I get done with all of this, I'm going to go ahead and mix it all together, and I'm going to make some basmati rice to go with this, okay? If you go ahead and rinse your dishes as you go along, you don't have to worry about a big mess to clean up. So, okay. Anyway, as I was saying, I know I don't come on much, but I want to start. I probably have said this before. I am vegan, and I want to start making vegan recipes for people to follow, because all that oil and fat stuff is not good. But there's a lot of recipes that are great, and they're vegan, right? You don't have to add a bunch of stuff that's unnecessary. This sticks within my nutritional diet, and I love it, okay? There's nothing on this board over here that I can't have. I love spices, and I make my own spices. Like I said, I made my own curry. And maybe one day, when I get ready to revamp all of my, or to redo all of my herbs, I will go ahead and show you guys what I did. Now my water is disappearing. I'm going to get just a little bit more. And again, it's about an ounce. I haven't put it in there yet. But since it's all disappearing on me, let me go ahead and put it in there. My onions are getting soft. And again, that's what we want. We want them to be soft. Okay? Now, since I put the water in there, I'm going to go ahead and add the bell pepper. Alright? And I'm going to also add the garlic. So that was 3 cloves of garlic. I added about a half a bell pepper and a whole medium red onion. Okay, so all of that won't come out, but that's all right. Okay. Now that's the onion, the bell pepper, and the garlic, as you can see. I think you can see down in here. See it? All right. Mixing that all up in that steamy water. Okay. And again, we don't need oil. Sometimes I put like a fourth, maybe a half a teaspoon of oil. It could be coconut oil, avocado oil, something healthy for you, okay? I don't use olive oil too much because it's a little heavy. So I try not to use that, okay? There we go. So now that has sauteed down. Now it says, add a dash of water, add in the chickpeas, coconut milk, add in the chickpeas, coconut milk, and the tomatoes. Okay, so let's turn the tomatoes on. Add in the spices. Okay, so it asks for the spices. We want a teaspoon. We want a half a teaspoon of chili powder. So that's about a half a teaspoon and a pinch. Okay. Let's see. So that's the chili powder. Okay. Then we want turmeric, a teaspoon of turmeric. That's a teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch. Okay. Then we want a teaspoon of curry. Teaspoon of curry and a pinch. Okay. All right. So we did that. to stir that around a little bit. And it says to drain the chickpeas, but I need a little more liquid. So I just drop a little bit in there. Okay, there we go. It's just so that my seasonings will almost look like a paste. See? It's almost like pasty, okay? And I don't want nothing to stick. All right? My chickpeas. And it wants a half a can of coconut milk. And then we just gonna stir that around, okay? Ooh, it looks so delicious. Oh, the salt. A little bit of white pepper. All right. Okay. So next, we're going to get those tomatoes in here. Okay, so now I have a little bit of tomatoes left. I think I'm going to put them in a small something and freeze them so that I'll have the stewed tomatoes or, you know, the chopped up tomatoes already ready to go. It'll be like canned, but it's fresh frozen, okay? So I hope you guys can see this, okay? And then it just says to put a lid on it, lower the heat. I'm going to lower my heat down to low. And it says to let it cook for 20 to 25 minutes. Okay? Back in 20 minutes, guys. So, friends and family, I finally finished it. And I said, well, I'm going to put me some broccoli on. I'm going to have a little bit of broccoli with mine. I have the basmati rice finishing up now. And I'm going to go ahead and show to you what I have done. Can you see that? Oh my goodness. Look at that curry. Right? So it's going to be a little bit liquidy, but that's okay. Alright? That's okay. Because you're going to need that little bit of gravy to go over your rice. Okay? So, we're going to fix a plate here in a couple of minutes. So I added a little bit of nutritional yeast to my broccoli. Just kind of stir it in there. Hey everyone, I'm fixing my plate. My rice is done. I made some basmati rice. That's about about a cup and a half of rice. That's my broccoli and my chickpeas, my curry chickpeas. Yes. Oh my goodness, it smells so delicious. So delicious. So delicious. So delicious. Enjoy. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, guys.